But now you do.
Well, it depends on what kind of trick you show us, Mr. Shulsky.
I've heard a certain secret. Do you want to hear it?
Come now, we won't tell anyone.
No, dawaj, dawaj. Najpierw się podrocz. Nie, no dobra, lecimy.
Someone was recently playing with the lock on one of the gilded cages, wondering what would happen if all the birds escaped captivity. And I know for certain it was one of you.
Sophia, that sounds like you. Admit it.
And now what will happen to us, Mr. Shulsky?
O, dobre.
In exchange for my discretion, I need another secret of yours. That's the only way to keep everyone in check.
What should I choose?
Our fathers don't know we're here. There you are.
How naughty. None of your fathers know?
None, especially not Sophia's. Otherwise, he wouldn't have let her come.
I'm very satisfied with this trade.
And what now?
I need to slip away for a moment.
We should go as well. We've really forgotten ourselves around you.
That's
O,
nice to hear, but I understand. The soiree won't wait.
I hear Rumyanseva has invited a real medium.
prawdziwe medium.
Ghosts. That I'd like to see.
No, ciekaw jestem, ciekaw. Co my tu mamy?
What did we come here for? These soirees are for old people.
Good evening. May I?
Please, we're not discussing anything consequential.
You keep on worrying about yourselves. I intend to make the most of this evening.
See, I told you he was in love. Miss Scowan is out of your league, my friend.
To say nothing of her father.
Old Scowen and I are practically on first-name terms now. You'll see.
I'm sure.
So, one eye-catching girl has already got an admirer. What does that leave us, Maxime?
Not much. The dull, the silly, or, well, the old.
En parlant de Ligia Shulska, she just passed this way.
Pigs will fly before someone fancies her.
She'd actually prefer Sophia Scowan, according to what I've heard. Well, what do you think?
Co za kurde kundel jeden, nie? Posiedziałeś trochę i pustujesz sobie rzeczy w Trinity? To znaczy? Bo powiem ci szczerze, że nie jakoś nie kojarzę rzeczy w Trinity. Nani?
My name is Viktor Szulski.
Well, there we have it.
Przejdź do bicia!
And I don't like what I just heard, especially about my sister.
And, what are you going to do about it?
Pardon me, gentlemen. I promised that I would be well behaved tonight.
Lunatic.
Fixat. Dobra. To mów, że kurde ten... na gusa ustawiłeś sobie. Nagą myszkę. Jak na przykład oglądamy tyle czy muzykę, to na bocznym mamy zastopowanie ciszy, głośniej etc. No, jest dużo możliwości, nie? Duże kombinacji, nie? Panie, jest bardzo dużo kombinacji. Plakat seansu. Zobaczmy, co tu jeszcze mamy, nie? Dobra, to więcej, nie? Tu pozamykane. Coś zbitego jest. O! O, jest ten!
Mr. Szulski?
I didn't expect to see you here, of all places.
You don't know how very flattering that is. And what brings you to the Imperial?
Wywaliłeś zmianę DPI, żeby nie było profili, tylko zmianę profili. Tylko masz zmianę profili. Że nie Majka. No, spoko, spoko. Znaczy, no mówię, no, tego typu myszki. Ja kogoś, kto właśnie korzysta z tych takich przycisków. Ja już tak często bym nie korzystał z tego, szczerze powiedziawszy. No to no wiadomo. A tak to jest całkiem spoko, nie? Ja też na przykład nie mam ustawionych profili DPI. Ja siedzę cały czas tylko na jednym DPI. Więc...
I could ask you the same question.
I'm passing the time.
Kłamie.
Ah, curious hobby.
I'm simply interested in people.
A doctor, thaumaturge, or policeman could say the same.
Your interest flatters me. Who knows? Maybe the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree, and someday we'll even be friends.
How well did you know my tree?
We enjoyed talking and lending one another a hand.
Moja wcześniejsza myszka miała lewy prawy kółko i nic więcej nawet... Co? Serio? Jaka bieda? Nie no. No słuchaj, to nie no, boczne to kurde to jest must have. Nie ma szans, nie? Zresztą jeśli chodzi o DPI, czyli te profile, no to ja mam tutaj pod spodem, nie? Co prawda, chociaż tutaj też coś niby jest, nie? Nie mam bladego pojęcia do czego, ale nie używam ich tego. Tego nawet... I to też Razera, żeby było śmiesznie. No to wersję mega starą miałeś.
If I may, there's one question niggling at me. How did you get so many scars?
Why do you ask?
I've heard that Russian officers in training have drunken duels with sabers after hours.
No. A very peculiar custom, if that's true.
So where did those scars come from?
I've led an interesting life.
The cream of Warsaw society is here, so I thought it would be worth showing my face.
With a name like yours, I'm sure you fit right in. After all, someone must have invited you.
Nie no, wiadomo.
I'm not worthy. My sister brought me along out of pity, I think.
And so, Miss Ligia is here too.
Why do you ask?
No reason. What are you hoping for this evening?
Who knows? Maybe I'm keeping an eye out for the future Mrs. Szulska.
Best of luck. You'll need it, since Ligia ended up with the entire inheritance.
My sister didn't inherit everything.
That's right, in fact. After all, Stanisław had his little black magic book. But I don't see you carrying it.
Ciekawe.
Two is more than I can carry. I left it at home.
Understandable.
Who did you say you were to my father?
A trusted acquaintance. I supported him with good advice.
Zaufany znajomy,
Truth
aha.
be told, he rarely needed it. Your father had a gift for making good decisions.
Which of my father's decisions would those be?
Ones that were good for your family. Perhaps we'll have the chance to return to this another time. Goodbye, Mr. Szulski.
Goodbye.
Yes, I'm sure.
I teraz będzie próbował się włamać do mojej chaty, ale dobrze, dobrze. Bardzo dobrze. Bardzo dobrze. O. Dobra, najpierw pozbierajmy to, co jesteśmy w stanie pozbierać.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
No proszę. Madame Samira. Nawet przez chwilę się złapałeś, że mi za mało przyciski zostaje, czy nie przerzucić na 12. O mój Boże. O!
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
O!
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment
Buba.
me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
I think your idea of pretending to be a medium is fantastic.
It sounds like I impress you.
How many people know?
Is that a threat?
Your Siren is quite impressive.
I buba.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition? We'll see who wins.
Ooh.
I'll pass.
I noticed a wild saluter here. I understand your being here has something to do with him in particular.
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
Ooh.
What do you know about this saluter? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is picking out the person in this crowd with the flaw.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
The person with the flaw attended the seance, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
That's not such a ladylike tone, madame. Maybe we should just let the best one catch that saluter.
You mean yourself?
So, should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Szulski, but you can call me Victor.
Now, Mr. Szulski, you will vanish like a bad dream, and I will get back to work.
Ooh. Dobra. Co my tu mamy? Jakieś wężowidło jeszcze. Snacky snack. Dobra, tu nic więcej nie mamy. Światła nowa.
And the general says to him, tell us something funny. Then Bałucki replies, General, why don't you shoot a cannon first?
That's a good one. I'll have to tell it tomorrow at the Orwoffs.
Who might this be joining our conversation?
You know, sir, your face looks familiar to me.
My name is Viktor Szulski.
Ah, yes, I can see something in your eyes. I was sorry to hear about your father.
I'll see you next time, darling. Wonderful party.
See you there.
Wszystkie się
I
rozeszły.
think I've offended the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
This is hardly the creme de la creme. How do you find my soirée?
I admit I'm getting reacquainted with the social scene.
You spent a long time traveling.
Zdecydowanie.
15 years. Over that time, I got used to harsher surroundings.
And believe me, drawing rooms can be just as dangerous as untamed steppes. You've met Anastasia and Marina. What about the others?
How is it being part of the Tsar's court?
It is a blessing and a curse. Forgive me if I do not elaborate.
I've already met several distinguished guests. Madame Samira definitely stands out.
She is exceptional, isn't she? Her presence is the crowning glory of the evening. Has anyone else caught your eye?
Ivan Konieczkin, for instance. Apparently, he knew my father.
How remarkable. I wasn't aware. Konieczkin is something of a secretive person. And have you yet had occasion to meet the debutants of this season?
I'll be sure to seek them out.
This evening, Sofia Skowen herself is to grace us with her presence.
Well, well.
I suggest you move quickly. The competition is fierce.
No proszę.
The crux of the matter is that I'm here because of my father. You knew him.
That doesn't sound like a question. Of course, I was his customer. I truly am sorry for you, both of you. The death of someone close is always a dreadful blow. Please accept my condolences.
Svetlana Petrovna, I must insist. Can you tell me something more about my father?
Mr. Szulski, I assure you we have the most delectable vodka. Besides that, I warmly encourage you to join Madame Samira's séance. It will be an unforgettable experience. I wonder, is that truly everything our soirée can offer you?
I've got no choice but to suffer through tonight.
No need to mince words.
Subtelna.
I felt something. Where is it?
Okej. Sznur pereł, dobra. A tu jeszcze coś jest. Kufer podróżny. Stanisław. Wszystkie lęki Swiatłany. Okej. A, tu możemy wejść jeszcze. Walką. Pięknie.
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Shulsky?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Victor.
Ask.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms.
Nieźle.
But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
Okay. Chyba się pobawisz z makro do speedrunów Soulsów. Nieźle, nieźle.
I didn't have the chance to get to know him as a person, much less one who'd show such emotion.
Cheater.
You mean love? That?
Was it love?
I miss him. That's all.
What do you mean by looking in the same direction?
Okay.
That large travel chest. You changed your mind.
About whether or not to pack. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the Ochrana. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
Czyli na pewno da się pewnie makro ustawić. Generalnie jakbyś miał klawkę, na której możesz ustawić sobie makra, no tak samo działa, nie? I cyk. Więc raczej tak.
The Ochrana?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
I know what they are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirees too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
I see. I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Your feelings of guilt. Do they have something to do with the Romanov court?
With the whole empire. Ruski mir im podawaj. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform.
Moje establishment? Dostrzegaliśmy co?
La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Victor. Ideally,
Co to za
closer to the
tłumaczenie?
west.
O mój Boże, my establishment.
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed. Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soirée?
Okay.
Do you think the Ochrana killed my father?
Your father was crushed by a building. I don't think that's how the Ochrana works.
Perhaps you're right.
Okay.
What do you intend to do now?
Nothing. The soirees will continue. Society has come to expect it. Everything will stay the same. I myself shall manage.
Okay. She'll mage. Okay. Ja pamiętam, że jak grałem w The Division, to ktoś mi powiedział, że używam jakichś makr, bo to jest niemożliwe, żebym tak szybko mógł strzelać tą bronią, nie? Mówię, ja żadnych makr nie korzystam. Żeby nie było, nie korzystałem z żadnych z makr, więc... ja nawet makr nie muszę używać. I tak strzelam szybko.
I hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire.
Że dasz radę bez makr
My
też.
father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
There's nothing there.
My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
Okay. Oh.
I know you. I remember you from books. What's your name? Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
Okay.
Fool. Our dear madame is fooling around and thinks she can scare me off. I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit.
Okay.
Mr. Szulski, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn. Won't you dazzle me with your powers?
First, please tell me the rules of this game.
Of course, I'm being silly.